This is Class 12 Computer Science sample question paper released by CBSE. And we are taking these solutions, trying to understand part B. Next is differentiate between actual parameters and formal parameters with a suitable example for each. Now here is an example, and what it is showing, let me just go through it. The first is, this is the function. Now this is called a function prototype. This is just showing that what this function is going to do. That is, wherever inside area you pass side, it will return side into side. That is, if you give 5, it will give you 5 into 5, 25 it will return. It's okay. This side is a word, it can be a variable, it can be a expression, but it is not being called. When it is being called, you have made something, you have kept somewhere. Now when are you calling actually? Then in this side you are giving some value, some actual value. So when you are passing actual value, that is called, at this time this will be the actual parameter. This is the actual parameter, and the value which you have defined in your function is the formal value, formal parameter. Okay, if I made area, when I declare or define it, so it can have multiple values, multiple parameters. Okay, whenever we are defining, we are not actually executing it. So we have to put that what kind of data type it is coming, what kind of value it is coming. First value will be what, second value will be what. So you are just defining it because later it will be used. So when you are defining, this is the formal way, formal parameter. But when we are actually executing it, the program is actually executing, it will expect a proper value. For example, print, you have area, so you have to have a value here. So x can be say 5, x can be 10, x can be any value. This 5 will go to x, so it can be a variable as well. So actual parameter can be a value, can be a variable, can be an expression. Formal parameter is just an identifier. It is not a value or a variable or an expression. Let me tell you again. Formal means when you define or declare, and actual means when you actually run it. Explain the use of global keyword used in function with the help of a suitable example. So I'll take the example first, and then I'll try to explain it. First is beginning of the program. We have a function called def, and we have some global C. I'll come to this global part. Now this is global C, and C equals C plus 2. Now we print C. Now we call this add. And now C equals to 15, and then we called a print. Global means what? Let me take you to the actual example. Global means total globe, this world. Say the water and air. Air will be everywhere. If you are in Kenya, if you are in Tanzania, if you are in Canada, air will be everywhere. Global value will be everywhere. It will be seen, it can be accessed everywhere. Okay? But, means if you print C anywhere, it will be 10 only. 10 will be printed. Please remember, global will be always on the top. Now you have called specifically global C, that is you want to use this global C. Then you said C equals C plus 2, because now you have called global C, C equals C plus 2, so 10, C is 10. 10 you have used, 10 plus 2 is 12. So now C, 12 will be printed, because you want to use this global C. But now, when you call this function, it will be C equals 15. After this add function, you have called C equals 15. You don't want to use this global variable. Now you want your local variable. So C equals 15 is being given. When you print this C, it will be what? You will just ask, air is everywhere, so why it is not global C? It has to come 12, not 15. But we have a very local variable, and local variable will always have a higher precedence than the global variable. Because if you have specified C equals 15, global will not come here. This C equals 15 will be the actual value. But if you don't specify C equals 15, if you want to print C anywhere, it will be always 10. So global value can be used everywhere in Python. Global keyword allows the programmer to modify the variable outside the current scope. It is used to create a global variable and make changes to the variable in a local context. And a variable declared inside a function is by default local, and a variable declared outside the function is global by default. So the keyword global is written inside the function to use its global value. That is, we wrote global C, and outside the function global keyword has no effect. So global means everywhere, but when you use inside or you specify a value, that will become a local. And local will always have a higher precedence than the global one. Global is there, but it's not with the, it will never come ahead of the local one. Rewrite the following code in Python after removing all syntactical error or syntax error. Underline each correction done in the code. Okay, so first is value equals 30. No problem. This is not C++. You don't have to check about semicolon. For val in range 0 to value. Now, when we use a for value, you have to end with a colon. That is 2 dots vertically. This is a colon. So first correction is this. Second is if val modulo 4 is equal to 0. Now this is okay, but you see if in this if I is capital. Python is a case sensitive language. I should be small. So this is the second problem. You can correct it. Print val into 4. This has no problem. Else if. Okay. Again it seems right. But we don't have else if. We have a short. We have elif. We don't have anything else after. El from take here, if from here. So elif is the correct one. This is also correct. Print val plus 3. Now, else colon, if colon. What about last else? Why you are not giving colon? You have to give a colon here also. Else. So this is the fourth correction you have to do. First, second, third, fourth. And we corrected it as well. What possible outputs are expected to be displayed on screen at the time of execution of the program from the following code? Also specify the maximum values that can be assigned to each of the variables, lower and upper. So here we have imported random and there is an array. The answer is 2. How we come to this conclusion, I'll just tell you. We will use the method of rejection for selection. That is, we'll see all those values which won't come anywhere, anytime. So we'll just go to that value which may come because this is random. Okay. Let us come here. First thing is, there is an array. There is basically it's a list. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, these are the values. And since we are talking about random.randint, this 1, 3 is not a value, these are indexes. So this lower will go from 1 to 3, means 1, 2, 3 value will come. Upper value, lower maximum value will be 3. 1, 2, 2 and 3. So it will only, like a pendulum move between 1 and 3. Similarly, upper 2, 3, 4. Lowest is 3, highest is 4. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, these are not values, these are indexes. Now k in range, lower plus upper plus 1, lower and upper plus 1, and you know, whenever we use this range, upper plus 1 is the highest limit. So upper plus 1 will never come. It will always be upper only. In range, don't worry, you don't have to make 2, 3, 5 as 4, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now coming to end. That is, you have to use the index here. So let us see here. We have to give index, then only we will start up. So first is 20, 30 and 40, 50, 60, 70 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the indexes. Now, lower till upper range. So, lower can have any value between for 1, 2, 3. Upper can have any value from 2, 3, 4. So basically 1 till 4. If you see the index, 1, 2, 3 from the upper, from the lower, and 2, 3, 4 from the lower. So only value from 30 to 60 will come. First goes out because first value we see is 10. It will never come. So we have cancelled it. Now 30, 40, 50, 60. See 30, 40, 50, 60. In the second run. The second run 40, 40, 60, 50. 40, 40, 50, 60. So again this all can come. Every time you have a value, then the other value will be hash. Okay. So now again lower upper, don't worry, just have to see 1 till 4. Don't worry about lower and upper. 30, 40, 50, 60 can it come or not? So 70 can never come because 70 is at 5. Wherever you see 70, cancel it. I am just saying 10 will never come because it is not there. 30 will come, 40 will come, 50 will come. What about 70? If you see third and fourth, the last value 60 can come, 50 can come. But what about 70? In range 1 to 4, because the upper and lower only varies from 1 to 3 and 2 to 4. That is, in all the set is 1 to 4. 70 will never come. Fifth value, the fifth index value for 70 will never come. So 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 4, that is from 30 to 60. So in all this solution, from here to here you have to see 30, 40, 50, 60. If you see 30, 40, 50, 60 values, it's okay. First value 70, 10, no. Third value 70, no. Fourth value 70, no. 30, 40, 50 lies in between, yes. Second is the answer. Maximum and minimum is 3 and 4, of course. What do you understand by candidate keys in a table? Give a suitable example of candidate keys from a table containing some meaningful data. Now, this is a table. I'll add one more column to this table. What are the keys? First of all, keys. It seems to be a different word, but it is not. The keys are what? They are columns only. You say keys. Why this key S has come, I'll just tell you. If it is key, if you say column, if you say attribute, key, column, candidate key, again column, primary key, again column, alternate key, only column. So whenever we talk about all of these, it's only column, but they have some certain differentiating purpose. So primary key is what? A primary key is the combination of that column or a single column. So when we say combination of columns, so it may be number of columns. That is why it is keys. Keys, S is there. So primary key is that particular column or combination of column that will uniquely identify a record. For example, if you have I number, you have item number, you have quantity. Okay, these are the three columns which we have. So I'll just add one more column because item and quantity I don't want to take it. We can see that it will not be able to uniquely identify a record. That is, you see quantity has 700 and 700, so it is common. We cannot have, if I write quantity as a primary key, 700 will fetch me 2 records. I just need 1 record. So item number can be a primary key because it is unique. Code can be a primary key, it is unique. And if I combine code with item, it is also a primary key, it can be a primary key. Item number and code can also be a primary key. That is, the item number, code, item number and code, and I number and item, this can also be because this is a unique combination. These all are possible. So when we say these all can be a primary key, this set is called a candidate key. I hope you got the idea that the set from which we take out a primary key is called a candidate key. Candidate key means these are the suitable candidates in which you can choose one of them to make your database record available uniquely at a time. Quantity can never, that is, you don't have quantity in this list. Why? Quantity can never be a primary key. If you ask for 500, 500, there are 2 records. But for S1, S3, if you got S1, S3 is not repeated anywhere. So, if I take item number, if I say primary key, all other left in the candidate key list are all the alternate keys. Okay. Differentiate between fetch one and fetch all methods with suitable examples for each. So, the question itself is saying fetch one and fetch all. So, fetch all, example you have to do by yourself. Okay. Fetch all means all the rows of a query result. Means ALL, all means you will get, I'll just take a very small example, name, say age. So you have 2 records here, just to make it simpler, A, B, and age is 15. So when you talk or call fetch all, A and B both will come, because there are 2 rows, both will come. If there would have been 20 lakh rows, it will also come. So an empty list is returned if there is no record to fetch the cursor. What is fetch one? It will give you 1 row or a single record at a time. Either it will give you A or B depending upon the scenario you have posed the query. It will return none if no more records or rows are available. This is fetch one and this is fetch all. Write the full forms of DDL and DML. Write any 2 commands of DML in SQL. DDL is data definition language. DML is data manipulation language. So what does it mean? First of all, whenever you make a house, what do? You will make a bunyad, that is the foundation. You will have a proper way where 2 pillars we have to put. Then you will make the walls. You will define the architecture. So you are making a house. If I take it as a database, when you make a database, you will use data definition language. Data definition language is for making a database, is for creating a database, is for the architecture of the database. Okay? You will tell what is the item type in the database, what is the item and what is the data type here, what is the primary key. This is how you make a database. You create a database. But DML comes in the later part. Once this house is been created, is been made, Graha Pravesh ho gaya hai, then if your door is not working or you have to change the door, what you will do? You will not change your whole house. You want to change the door or you have to make a window. Then in the database terms, you will use DML, data manipulation language. For example, you have a record. You want to put a new record, new person has come into your class. You will add what? You will add a row. Now, somebody has left the class or left your office, you have to delete it. So that will be the DML language. So insert, delete, update. Any 2 out of these you can use. Update means your mobile number has changed. You will update it. This is using update. These are just manipulating the database, not the basic structure. Find and write the output of the following Python code. Okay, now very important question, because the answers you see here provided by the CBSE, I have not ittafaq with it. That means we will see what will come. So we have a function display. There is a string which is empty. We'll start with the start of the string to the end of the string, that is 0 to a length str. If the string is coming as upper, that is uppercase, you will convert it into lowercase and add to the empty string. Then if the content is coming as lower, you will make it as upper and add it to the string. Then if I modulo 2, that is the index, we'll just talk about index. If the index is modulo 2, that is it is an even. If it is even, then you will see m plus str I minus 1. That is, you are taking the particular index and you will use the previous index value here. And also otherwise, if it is odd, you just put a hash. Okay. When I run it, then you understand. Let me just write it first. F U. This is very important. If you write it very well and if you just index it very well, just give some time, because this is an examination. If you do a very small mistake, your answer will not come correct. So I'm writing it very carefully. And now I'm giving index, that is also very carefully you have to go. 0, 1, 2, 3, just give some time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. compute it also. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's okay. From 0 to we have started. So zeros we have started, so it has to be 13. So 0, every index you know what is coming. 0, 1, I'll just make an arrow to be very specific about what index, what character is linking to. So this is the main part of your question. Other thing you can always do. Indexing is very important in this type of question. Okay. First is capital. When you start with a capital upper, it will change it to the lower. Initially it will be an empty string, but now F has come. So is lower. So F will be smaller. Make it small. Now coming to U. U is smaller, so it will be upper. If it is lower, it will become upper. So make it U, capital. N is lower, so you have to make it capital. N capital. So I'm making it as capital. Now at the rate. Now at the rate is neither, it's not a character, it's not an alphabet. So you have to go to else. I modulo 2. What is the index? Is 3. 3 modulo 2. 3 modulo 2 is equal to 0. No, because it is not an even number, it's an odd number. It's an odd number. So 3 is an odd number, so you cannot go inside I modulo 2, you have to go to else. I hope you got the idea. It's not a character, it's not an alphabet, so you have to go to the last else. In this, I modulo 2 is not equal to 0, 3 modulo 2 is not equal to 0 because it is an odd number. So you will not go to m equal to m plus str I minus 1. So you have to go to the hash part. Okay, that is not given in your solution. What I suggest is that the actual solution will give you a hash. Okay, so I'll put a hash here because 3 modulo 2 is, it's an odd number. Now coming to P is capital, so you'll make it small. Y small, so make it capital. T is make it capital. H, make it a capital. O, make it capital. N, make it capital. Now 3, again, what about 3? 3 is 10. 10 modulo 2, yes, it is an even number. 10 is an even number. So you will come here in this line, and you will take the previous character of 3. What is the previous character of 3? Small n. So you will put a small n here. Okay. Now coming to dot. Dot is what? Again, first two will not work. Is upper, is lower will not work. It is dot. So what is I modulo 2? This is 11th index. The index is 11. Dot is a special character. 11. 11 modulo 2, it's an odd number. So it will go to hash. So you will put a hash here. Now 0. 0. 0 is again not is upper, no upper. 12 modulo 2, yes, it's even. Okay. So if it's even, you have to take the previous one, which is a dot, and put it here. So this is your answer. This answer is not correct as my understanding goes. This is the actual answer. Even if you run this program, this will come. Okay, now this is section number 2. I guess we'll do it later. Okay, next time. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.